और हमारे जो अगले स्पीकर हैं, शी इज Dr. Leena Inamdar. She is joining us from Leeds, United Kingdom, and she is MBBS and MD in preventive and social medicine. She has done her master's in public health, and she is currently a consultant in global health and communicable disease control specialist with the Public Health England. She was also working in India from 2014 to 2016. She has also worked with the Ministry of Health in India for the Indradhanush, that is the vaccination flagship program, which was launched by the Government of India Health Ministry. And she's currently also working as a consultant with WHO. And I would like to invite her for her speech. And today's topic that she will be guiding us will be role of physical activity and exercise in children and young people. So the stage is yours, Dr. Leena.
Thank you. Namaskar, Milinji, and good morning, everyone. It is really my privilege to share this esteemed panel with all of the members who have spoken before me, and I very much enjoyed listening to their thoughts. So it's a really honor and privilege for me to have the opportunity to talk to all of you here today. And thank you, Milinji and Vijayji, for inviting me to share some thoughts on this important occasion of International Yoga Day. So, as Milinji has said, I will briefly talk about the role of physical activity and exercise in youth health and development. Obviously, as we have been hearing, yoga is an integral part of any of the physical activity tools that we can impart to children. So, I would like to share a few slides, Milinji, if it is possible to share, give me some, host.
Just
So I would like to, as I said, I would like to give a holistic view in terms of physical activity and exercise in youth health and development, and then I would like to just touch upon the role of yoga in this. So moving on, as we know, to make any impact in or difference in life, teaching children yoga or physical activity very early on in their life, it helps to impart the life skills that other speakers before me have been also mentioning. And if we want children to gain these life skills, the improve their physical health early on in their life, be mentally and emotionally balanced and confident, and be successful, it is really important to teach children the different tools, how they can be more physically active. And there is a lot of science behind the benefits of physical activity in overall physical health for youth and in terms of their overall development as well. So there are lots of there is lot of evidence and research and studies that have been going on in terms of like what difference, what benefits do children and the young people get through physical activity. And basically, as children grow, their bodies, we need to keep their bodies healthy and strong to increase their general health and fitness level, improve their motor skills, to keep their body toned, to improve the flexibility, strength, balance, and all of the stability. So that's really important in terms of their coordination improvement, improving posture, muscle strength, bone strength, and all of this is really beneficial to improve and basically give to develop the healthy metabolism for ensuring that their long-term health is also good. So physical activity, develops children's fundamental movement skills. It can help develop the healthy bones, muscle, heart, lungs, and it helps to keep the healthy body weight, because as we know, in these days, unlike the olden times where they weren't like that, see, because of the lot of industrialization and urbanization, we are losing green spaces. There's a lot of automation. Previously, children, families used to walk for long distances. And now we know that because of the gadgets and, the electronics and say the TV and all of the social media, children are very much glued to the, screens. And therefore, there is a need to ensure that they maintain a healthy body weight. So all physical activity, I would say, is good physical activity, but those movements specifically which help to those that are done at a moderate to vigorous intensity, that causes us to breathe a bit harder, to sweat, that is linked to even more health benefits, and that is what we should be encouraging. So what should we sort of teach or help the children to achieve? Because there are lots of recommendations for what kind of physical activity children should be doing, and for that, there are, I would say, three things that we need to keep in mind. Is to improve the endurance or aerobic activity. So that's continuous movement, of the large muscle groups, to increase, the health of our heart and all our lungs. Then there's activities to increase flexibility. So basically, that will help the children to bend, stretch without pain, and to reduce or prevent injuries. So that is again in the long term, they can really actively take part in many activities. Gymnastics, dancing, yoga is one such also activity. Simple skipping, and then increasing their strength. So bone strength, muscle strength. So basically working against resistance. So there are guidelines, how many minutes of these type of activities, how many days per week should children be doing. And that is something that we should, as parents, as teachers, facilitators, we should also help children understand this, because getting them motivated early in life is really going to help us set them in that path towards their journey longer term. So the other benefit of physical activity is for our brain function or cognitive function. So it definitely, physical activity plays a very important role in developing and supporting all of our essential mental health functions. So improved, say, hand-eye coordination, better, problem solving, thinking, improving the concentration, all of this, it learns to improve, leads to improved learning. And so not surprisingly, all of this can lead to, better academic performance as well for children. And in terms of the impact or change on our like emotional or mental health, so there are certain feel good chemicals in the brain, as we all know. These are called endorphins. And when we partake in physical activity, in yoga, these endorphins are released, and they help to improve our mood, our energy levels, even sleep. So these positive benefits, they overall help the children to improve their self confidence and resilience. Children become better sleepers, which then ultimately impacts on their reduction of their anxiety, better social relationships with our family, friends, at school, or our college educational institutions, and improved body image, self esteem. All of the speakers before me have also mentioned and talked about this. So then, moving on to the links with yoga, then to summarize this, what I have just said, there are enormous benefits, health benefits of yoga for kids, as we've said, the mental health benefits, physical health benefits, emotional and social, benefits. And we should be, as a society, as the, messengers, we need to be able to communicate these effectively to kids so that they get more motivated. And how does yoga promote mindfulness for children as well? So as we see, it helps, helps us to focus on the breath. Previous speakers have also mentioned the importance of concentrating on breath work. These specific yoga poses, again, they help to build the mindfulness, and even though this will sort of lay the seeds of like the early meditation relaxation practices, which can also impact, in terms of behavior longer term. Previous colleagues have mentioned about storytelling, narratives, visualization. How can we make it more interesting for children to learn yoga? Different, very early in life, different animal poses, for example, butterfly pose or so on, and that perks their interest as well. It helps them to accept themselves as well as accept others as they are. It increases their awareness of the physical body and the surroundings amongst around them, and all of the physical benefits we've already talked about. So it's about being fully present in the moment. And the previous speaker before me also mentioned, we a lot of the times we worry, we have regrets, anger over what has happened in the past. or we have fear over what will happen in the future. But it is really important to live in the present moment, and the concentration, the breath techniques of yoga really help us to be grounded in the present moment. So I wanted to basically briefly, share this with all of you, because to approach it from a scientific point of view, we really need to make it more engaging and interesting for children, and to start the movement, as the previous colleague mentioned. What I would say to summarize is basically, yoga is, we know it is a union. It's an ancient science that teaches us the importance of allowing the mind and the body to unite and work in harmony to create, a more balanced, responsible human being. So what better time than, early childhood, adolescence, or the youth to actually inculcate these, positive behaviors, practices in our life. And yoga gives us the tools to empower ourselves through these healthy habits, whether it's stretching, whether it's breathing, positive mind training, good nutrition, exercise, to look after ourselves, to take responsibility for our body through these exercise postures, through proper breathing, relaxation techniques, so that can really have benefits for the physical, mental, spiritual sort of. We need to also inculcate spiritual practices in our life, and then the basically positive thinking, meditation. So children are very easily molded, and they can basically imparting the beneficial, helpful sort of practices of yoga in the long term will build that healthy body and a healthy mind with a positive mental attitude. Just to sort of finish off, what I would like to quote Dr. Howard Gardner, who is a professor of education at the Harvard Graduate School of Education. And the previous speaker also mentioned about this in terms of multiple intelligences. His theory is that, there is a theory of multiple intelligences which describes 8 intelligences which are inherent in all of us. And those are linguistic, means language or expression; logical thinking; visual, so it's seeing; then musical, so it's like about our fine arts, fine senses; the kinesthetics, the touch; the naturalistic sort of intelligences of, being connected to the nature; and then our intrapersonal and interpersonal sort of intelligences. And he emphasizes that, as adults, as parents, as teachers, as yoga teachers, it is our responsibility that we should give children the opportunity to develop and embody all of these multiple intelligences early on in life, so that they can take it forward throughout their adult life. So I would like to, stop here by just summarizing all of these speakers before me. They are the experts. They have outlined the importance of yoga for children. And so I think in summary, I feel that, we can make a huge, huge difference to the children's life by imparting the good practices of exercise, yoga, that children can take forward, in their life. It is ultimately a lifelong, gift that we can give to children. And ultimately, physical activity, yoga, it is like, imparts the art of living for children, so that can allow them to develop all of their abilities to the fullest. So, Milinji, I would like to stop here by just saying that, you are all doing great, excellent work. Vijayji, also through your institute, and I wish you all the very best in your endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Leena. And I would really like to thank Dr. Leena, because currently हमारे यहाँ तो इंडिया में अभी 11:30 पौने 12 बजे हैं, but UK में अभी लगभग सुबह के 6:30 पौने 7 बजे. And for today's program, she has got up early in the morning and she has prepared this wonderful presentation. Thank you, Dr. Leena. You talked about how physical activity can help in overall development and growth of children, and how yoga can help you to get the right mood for doing good things in life, and how to live a balanced life. So thank you very much, Dr. Leena. We will be pleased to have you in our further sessions also.